I'd like to, the Deputy CM having arrived, I would like to thank my panelists today for a wonderful interaction amongst themselves. And I also learned, you always learn from hearing somebody's talk, a great deal of things about how our industry is evolved. So thank you very much, and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much to our esteemed panelists for the invigorating discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, we have great honor and pride in welcoming our chief guest, Deputy Chief Minister, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Sri Mallu Batti Vikramarka Garu, who is also our Finance and Planning Minister and Energy Minister. Welcome, sir. In, we resume. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the chief guest. I request Sri C. Shekhar Reddy Garu to please welcome our chief guest with a bouquet. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud Ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud privilege to welcome our esteemed guest, Major General Harsh Chibbar. I beg your pardon, please. Major General Harsh Chibbar, Vishisht Seva Medal, Commandant at College of Defense Management, Secunderabad. An alumnus of NDA, he was commissioned into the Indian Army in 1988. Ladies and gentlemen, may I take the privilege to welcome our Chief Guest of Honor, Sri Kumar Vikram Singh Ji. Sri Kumar Vikram Singh Ji has a vast experience as Chairman, President, and Second Vice President of the World Association of Detectives. He has been a legendary personality in the private security industry and was instrumental towards creating Private Security Agency Regulation Act, which was passed by the Parliament in the year 2005.
Mr. Prashant, EC Joint Secretary, HCSC, to give a moment of.
May I request Mr. Prashant Garu, Joint Secretary, HCSC, to please give a bouquet to our chief guest, our guest of honor, I beg your pardon, our guest of honor, Sri Kumar Vikram Singh Ji Garu.
To Major General Chibbar Garu.
And also to our esteemed guest, Major General Harsh Chibbar.
Mr. Barani.
I also invite on stage Sri Bharani Arol Garu, Advisor, Hyderabad City Security Council, to please join us on stage. He is the Founder Secretary General and Advisor of HCSC. May I also invite Mr. C. Bhaskar Reddy Garu, the Chairman and Managing Director of CSR Estates Limited.
नहीं चेयरमैन आप सर नेक्स्ट कॉल में विक्रम सिंह कॉल विक्रम सिंह जी
Yeah, it is done. It is done.
एडी जी
I also invite Sri Vikram Singh Mangaru, IPS, Additional Commissioner of Police, Law and Order, Convener, Hyderabad City Security Council, to kindly join us on the stage, please. I now invite Lieutenant Colonel K.S. Rao, who is the Joint Secretary of HCSC.
मिस्टर महेश भगवत आईपीएस
May I invite Sri Mahesh Bhagwat Garu to please join us on the stage, please.
ओपनिंग एड्रेस में शेखर रेड्डी लाइटिंग ऑफ द लैम्प ऑल टू मूव फॉर लाइटिंग ऑफ द लैम्प
Ladies and gentlemen, it is our privilege to begin today's proceedings with a traditional ceremony symbolizing the illumination of knowledge and wisdom. May I request all the distinguished guests to please proceed for lighting the traditional lamp. Thank you, sirs.
प्लीज कॉल अपॉन शेखर रेड्डी फॉर ओपनिंग
May I now call upon Sri Shekhar Reddy Garu for the welcome address.
Sri Malu Batti Vikramaka Garu, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Government of Telangana, Sri Kanwar Vikram Singh Ji, Chairman, CAPSI, our beloved CP K. Srinivas Reddy Garu, Commissioner of Police, also the Chairman of the Hyderabad City Security Council, Sri Major General Arshad Chibba, VSP Commandant CDM, Sri Vikram Singh Man, IPS Additional CP Law and Order, is also convener of the HCSC. Sri Mahesh Bhagwatji, IPS. Sri Bharani Kumar, Arol Advisor, HCSC. Sri Lieutenant Colonel K.S. Rao, Joint Secretary, Physical Security Forum. Sri Ashok Kumar, DCP2, Traffic Convener, Physical Security Forum. Sri C. Bhaskar Reddy Garu, PC member and also President APSA. My all Joint Secretary colleagues here and also conveners of different forums, EC members, friends from industry, NGOs, speakers, electronic and print media. Good morning to all of you. So, the benefit of our chief guest, sir, uh, earlier, keeping in the sensitive area of Cyberabad, there was a Society for Cyber Security forum. It was constituted a decade back by Barani and his friends. It was become a good model. In fact, I was told global from the representatives from the global level have visited that and appreciated in a big way. This is one great institution is safeguarding the sensitive area of Cyberabad. And thereafter, the HCSC has come into, sir, and Rachikonda also. There's also Security Council. Sir, here we have, this is a PPP model, sir. It's a society. Purely it's run by the money received by all the members or CSR funds, some donations. And it's a non-profit organization, sir. And there are representatives from government bodies and also industry, sir, from the civic society also. And it is as per the constitution, it is headed by our CP Garu as the chairman, Srinivas Reddy Garu. Under his guidance, we are working, sir. And we have 6 verticals, sir, 6 forums. It is headed by a convener from the police department and one joint secretary from the industry, from the society. So the first forum is, sir, cyber forum, which has in fact in this hall, sir, I witnessed that first program here. That the cyber security, no, the cyber security forum awareness programs are conducted, sir. They say about 1 lakh students have been trained on the cyber security threat and also to ensure digital safety for the citizens and the business, sir. And another program is called under this cyber security, cyber squad, about 25 schools consisting about 30,000 the beneficiaries the benefited out of our training. And we also second forum is called Women's Forum, sir, Women's Safety Forum. We do a lot of awareness programs. So good touch, bad touch, particularly schools, young children, lady children. So about 15,000 students were trained under this, sir. And another thing is the Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act, this post training, about 2,000 women employees and also the ICC members have been trained under this, sir. And Traffic Forum, the third one, VCOP, about in 60 schools, about 10,000 students were the awareness programs are conducted, sir. This for the drivers and auto drivers and cabs. The sensitization program offered in 20 sessions, consisting about 750 drivers, sir. And anti-narcotics forum. On this forum has done extremely good show, which is just now the CP was also referring. More than 1,000 principals were invited here. And this anti-narcotics drugs regarding, and that function was done very well in a big way. And the importance of that, the drugs, anti-drugs, it was shown in a through a good place, sir, by the artist. It was really good. And after this anti-narcotics awareness program, I think government has realized and the education department has issued guidelines and formed a committee, Prahari clubs, sir, in all the schools, which is one of the success of HCSC or the outcome of the HCFC activities, sir. Then we have also CSR forum, sir. We identify the projects and the implement. And during the COVID, sir, we have through SCSC we have done isolation centers and also COVID care hospitals for the police personnel, sir. This is also one of the good achievement. Almost 350 sessions across the schools, colleges, and corporate companies have been done by the HCSC for the last 4 years, sir. And sir, you are also aiming big on the net zero city or future city. You need also, depending on this very important AI, artificial intelligence, or data centers, or the life sciences. So many sophisticated companies are going to come. And I'm fortunate and we are grateful to you, sir, because of your efforts. Yesterday, I've seen the paper that NIMS at Hyderabad is also sanctioned by Government of India. There also big investments are going to come. So definitely we are need to look at the private security. Sir, after defense and police, these are the people, the private security, 24/7, 365 days. They are safeguarding all the sensitive areas of the government establishment and R&D and data centers and IT companies. So they are playing a very important role. And if you need, if we are looking for the future investment in sensitive areas and your future city also, definitely we have to upgrade ourselves for today's security. That is the reason. And we have called, we have conducting this, organizing this National Physical Security Summit 2024. And the theme is evolutionary aspects of physical security in digital area. So we have our CP has identified this is important thing, and our Joint Secretary Colonel also worked hard along with our Bhaskar Reddy Garu. He is the president of the APSA. So he has taken a lot of pain. So as a result, this is happening, sir, and we have invited many experts, policymakers, to give this as the speakers, so that no the whatever the proceedings are going to come, that will be really help in the strengthening our physical security in the country and the state also, sir. So I thank the APSA and their entire members and our EC members, our CP Garu and all conveners for allowing us to do this. And under your leadership, sir, definitely we will be the best, like cyber security council is known across the globe. And we are also shellfish. HCSC should be also known globally very shortly under the leadership of our CP Garu. That is our view. Definitely, we are going to multiply our activities, sir, many folds. And also, we need your government support so that we can reach everywhere, not only Hyderabad, across the state, and try to the safe and secure city means the international global investment will fall into Hyderabad. We have a brand Hyderabad very, very strong. And with this outcome also, whatever the recommendations are there, we'll implement. That will enhance the brand Hyderabad. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sri Shekhar Reddy Garu, for your welcome address. Ladies and gentlemen, I now take the privilege to invite Major General and Dr. Harsh Chibber, Vishisht Seva Medal, to present the keynote address.
Good morning, everyone. Namaskar. Honorable Chief Guest, distinguished panelists, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed an honor for me to stand here today and address this distinguished assembly on a very relevant topic which we are going to deliberate today, and that is evolutionary aspects of physical security in digital era. My compliments to the organizers for assembling such a diverse group. And as you have seen in one of the panel which has already discussed the issue here. And the practitioners, the policymakers, putting them all together in one platform, I think it is a big achievement, and my compliments to the organizer for looking at this aspect, which is a prime concern, which is safety and security of our citizens. In the history of evolution of mankind, physical security has been a prime concern, um, besides food and water. And this has been, in fact, defined as the lowest necessity in the human behavior as defined by Maslow, as many of you could be aware, and that is a very accepted kind of a theory. So without a physical security component, human existence itself becomes a challenge. And if you see our, evolution of the species, Homo sapiens huddled together to make large groups because they wanted to get physical security against other species, the dinosaurs, the lions, and the things like that. And as the groups became large, the threat became from within the society, from within the group, because of the contents within these factions. And then emerged the necessity of social laws. And these social laws, when came up, the group of people who were abiding by a similar type of social laws laid the foundation of the nation states. So that is the nation state structure in the world today which exists. And the foundation, as I have said, is an evolutionary process, has been a basic requirement of physical security apart from food and water. The paradigm of security study or security, physical security, has been our prime concern to protect people, to protect infrastructure, to protect the assets. And as the domain is changing fast, it is utmost important for us that this structure also evolves to the changing requirement. And that's why this present seminar. I took a very cursory study of the open source intelligence data, and it shows that in 2023, Telangana state has recorded 213,121 cases of crime. Also, a disclaimer here, that doesn't mean that crime has increased or decreased. Probably it has got reported in a larger number, and it shows about 9% increase as compared to the last year. Another thing which the data throws up is that there is 18% increase in cyber crimes. And in the previous panel discussion, that also emerged. It also says that crime against women have increased 5%. But more important finding here is that 50% of those crimes are related to dowry. So probably that is the social ill we need to target to control the crime. So what I'm going to do today is my attempt is to, just narrate three stories and leave you with the three pointers or three suggestions which the panel of experts can, deliberate further as we go ahead. My first story is the stories of Jaigis. Plato, when he was writing part 2 of the Republic, he tried to explain human behavior through this story of Jaigis. And he says a shepherd whose name was Jaigis found a ring, and that ring made him invisible. So this shepherd, when he got this profound capability, did not indulge in any social good. What he did, he seduced the queen, he killed the king, he stole the treasury. And with this, Plato describes the primordial human behavior, and that is selfish motive, right? So why I'm trying to say that, if that is the behavioral aspect of crime that we need to address, let's start to understand it first. In Arthashastra, it starts with Matsya Nyaya. Matsya means fish, Nyaya, justice. And it says big fish eats small fish. And that's why Kautilya says importance of dand. The fear of punishment. Fear of punishment will stop selfish interest to be prime. So if this is the construct, if this is the background in which social laws have to be made, then how do we deter malicious behavior unless there is a fear of punishment and also certainty of getting caught, or very high probability of getting caught? If that is removed, if the ring of Jaigis is given to any good citizen today, if invisibility is provided, the human nature will guide him towards selfish interest, human nature will guide him towards crime. So therefore, how can we reduce? So first, let's attempt to get over invisibility. Technology enables today. The previous panel, one speaker said you can't put CCTV cameras everywhere. I understand that. But as long as there are some policies, there are some laws, bylaws of the societies, building construction laws, which necessitate that each public place, as far as it is allowed within public privacy laws, will be monitored. It will be monitored through a system, through a CCTV cameras. But will that be enough? No. Obviously, you will require another layer, and that layer would be how to monitor it. And that monitoring humanly may be impossible. So probably an artificial intelligence component, and system of raising the alarm. I took a break in between and I went and saw this integrated command and control center in this building. And it gives me a lot of confidence. We are on the right path, but that is the way forward. Unless that certainty of getting caught, the fear of punishment is very reliable. The tendency of human nature to deteriorate towards selfish interest and indulge in crime is a very difficult thing to control. Also, you would agree with me, this cannot be done by police alone. UN says that, and I don't know what is the basis of their figure, but they say that you require 450 policemen per 1 lakh of population to have a stable law and order control. That in case of India is 220. And this my data I have taken out from one response which was given in the parliament last year. In state of Telangana, the sanctioned strength is about 196 per lakh, and I think holding is 150 or something. The problem is this kind of a police force is a unviable kind of an option to create, to sustain, to maintain. So how do you address this? How do you address this concern of creating such a large body? And this, for this, I quote the second story, and it is actually not a story, it is my experience. In 2018, I went to Israel, to Tel Aviv as part of a government delegation, and the mayor was explaining to us what are the challenges of security which they face. And he challenged us. He said, you keep any article unattended anywhere in Tel Aviv. If it does not get reported within 10 minutes, I will give away my position. So that is the kind of public awareness they have built in that society. Is there a requirement for us to do so? Definitely. The additional commissioner of police pointed to that public participation, mass participation is a must, and we should look towards that. Should look towards not only the participation, also enablement. So he should be aware. He should also have a process in which this can be followed. Or one another indicator I can give you, again my experience of Israel. They have one organization known as Megan David Adam. This is an organization of about 10,000 volunteers. These volunteers are mapped, they are networked, and their responsibilities of being first responder. So they are, the moment they get any incident report, the nearest volunteer is informed, he reaches the spot, and then he takes on a decision because he is trained to do so, whether ambulance is required or blood is to be called for or police force is required. And then that is how they monitor a system. So they have got public participation at a very large scale. So my second suggestion is we need to do this important factor in our structural, addressing the crime or social stability. How can we do so? One suggestion I can throw up is we have one organization known as National Cadet Corps. This came up in 1948 through an act of a parliament. And you must, all of us, you must have come across this in your schools and colleges. And this organization can actually lead or can be a pathfinder, integrate them in public education, integrate them in being first responder. And even if those children or youth who are not part of this organization, give them some incentive, give a process of giving a badge of being volunteer for, participating in reporting of crime, or being a volunteer for to be a first responder. In our education system, give some credit for being volunteer here, so that he has an incentive, and probably when it goes for higher education, some kind of a additional advantage of having done such kind of social service. So public participation is my next point. Also, apart from public participation, and this also it was played up in the last session, we need to involve private security in a very, very large manner. For that, are enough laws and procedures and guidelines are in place? I'm not sure. I'm not expert on the subject, but I could gather that there is an effort being put in that direction. We need to create a structure where this force gets integrated with a mainstream police force in guarding or safeguarding our citizens. My third and last story is from a book called Freakonomics. And I'm happy this, one reference of New York City came in the previous panel, but it was really alarming in USA in the early 90s. crime rate was so high that Bill Clinton in 1995 made a public statement. He said, I am worried that the future presidents will not be finding any time to look at growth and prosperity. Their entire energies will get absorbed in keeping body and soul together in the citizen. It was that alarming a rate. But in 1996, the crime rate started falling. Some indicator was given by ADCP, probably some good policing practices, but there is no logical reasoning of why the crime rate started falling. And there was no substantial increase in the police force, there was no substantial increase in the conviction rate, but the 1996 onwards, the crime rate fell to the extent in New York City in 1995, there were 2,000 murder cases. By 2005, they reduced to only 500. So Stephen Levitt, the author of this book, Freakonomics, very interesting book, he attributes to this to something which happened 20 years earlier in 1973, a Supreme Court judgment in Roe and Jade case. Roe was a 21-year-old young girl. She was alcoholic, drug addict, destitute, and she wanted to get abortion done, which was illegal that time. And she already had two children which she had put for adoption, and this was the third pregnancy. But this was not permitted, and Jade was the state attorney. Finally, in 1973, Supreme Court gave the judgment and legalized abortion. The problem with making anything illegal is that the moment you make it illegal, it becomes expensive. It doesn't mean that the public behavior changes. It is only the rich will still afford. That common example is wherever the dry states are there in our country. It is not that people have stopped drinking. It is available at a higher cost. So it only affects the poor. And similarly, abortion being illegal was directly hitting the poor strata of the society. And because of this, these unwanted children who were seeing violence, who were seeing survival from a very young age, were becoming a pool of criminals when they were getting older. So 1973 judgment reduced in 1995, and thereafter that pool of potential criminals who would have no other option but to do illegal activities just for their survival. So my third and final suggestion is we need to look at the breeding grounds. I was having a look at National Crime Bureau data. I think that data is not very granular. We need to see what is the area of concern. Our mind straight away goes to the solution, but let's understand the problem first. Who is the maximum proportion of this? What is the demographic composition of the criminals? And let's see if we can address that. And that is a social change. So it will be very gradual. There is no immediate solution. That gradual change in terms of schooling, in terms of moral education, improving standard of government schools, women empowerment, NGOs promotion where they can go and look after, take care of this economically marginalized society will give you dividend in the long term. But then you are addressing probably the genesis of the problem where it is erupting from. In the end, I am again thankful to Kan Rao and all the organizers for organizing this very relevant and very current subject seminar on this very relevant subject. This physical security challenges are being faced by our society. I have no doubt that by such initiatives and strong political will, Hyderabad can present actually a physical security role model. Hyderabad did this same role in 90s to lead the IT revolution. I think Hyderabad can do it again now to lead the physical security revolution in the digital era. And I'm certain with such public participation, soon Hyderabad model will start getting quoted as London's Ring of Steel or Lower Manhattan Security Initiative, LMSI, and it will set a global standard for others to follow. As we look to the future, let's commit ourselves to building a security framework that is dynamic, resilient, as the challenges we face are also resilient and dynamic. At the College of Defense Management, which I represent, we specialize in management studies and techniques of operations research with big data analytics. We shall be happy to engage with the state government in undertaking a proposed study to suggest a blueprint for Hyderabad transformation into a state of secure world-class city. This journey of making Hyderabad a secure hub and island of excellence with a very profound vision, collaboration, and relentless commitment to innovation, creative thinking is a very interesting journey, and we are happy that we are in some way part of this journey. Thank you very much, everyone. I wish a very fruitful discussions in balance of the sessions, and I'm sure that some insights will come. Some insights already they were actually new to me when I heard the previous session, and I'm also very sanguine that we will throw up a way ahead where to move forward here onwards. Jai Hind.
Thank you, General Chibber, for your valuable insights. I now invite our guest of honor, Shri Kunwar Vikram Singh Ji, to kindly address the National Summit.
Honorable CM Saab, Deputy CM Saab, General Shibarji, CP Saab, Additional CP Saab, Varni Saab, Shekhar जी और आए हुए जितने भी सिक्योरिटी एक्सपर्ट हैं, सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइडर्स हैं, मीडिया के लोग हैं. First of all, let me thank Shri Bhaskar Reddy ji Garu for inviting me to this function. I'm so grateful to Bhaskar. I'm equally grateful to all the members of CAPSI and EPSA, everybody. We have with us our Secretary General, Shri Vihesh Sharma ji also. Katti, you have already listened. It is a great moment for us, the topic being the evolution, or even evolutionary aspect of the physical security. Some point was touched by Katti ji. Deputy CM, I must tell you that I am one of the pioneers of starting security agencies. At my age is now 76. I have got no more than 50-year experience. We were only 5 people in the country who started this work. 5. And earlier, like Kattiji said, it was only Chaukidar job. So from Chaukidar to bring these people to this level, which is also, I consider we have reached up to the 50% of what is required. Keeping the international security standards, the challenges we face now, the kind of expertise and knowledge, efficiency, standards, we yet to walk a lot because challenges are many. You must have your clear vision where you want to take this industry to and what is the real role. As a force multiplier, we tell police that we are with you. हम आपके लिए बने हुए हैं. आप हमारा इस्तेमाल कीजिए, हमें गाइड कीजिए, हमें ट्रेंड कीजिए. और since we are the first responders, कुछ भी कहीं शहर में हो जाएगा, so our security guard is there. You have a national disaster, whatever, the first person is in front of a shop, house, jewelry shop, cinema house, wherever. You have a security guard. And the security guard must be trained to certain level of standards. ये अभी चल रहा है और यहाँ तक एवोल्यूशन का माल है कि कहाँ 5 लोग और हम लोगों ने अपने फौजी लोग इकट्ठे किए, एक्स-सर्विसमैन, वी वर ऑल एक्स-सर्विसमैन. वो फौजियों को इकट्ठा करके, क्योंकि बाकी फौजी को नौकरी मिलती नहीं थी, तो हमने अपने सिक्योरिटी का काम शुरू कर लिया. आज डिप्टी सीएम साहब, आई एम प्राउड टू से दैट वी हैव नाउ 1 crore people, 1 crore security guards. We are the largest security force in the world. So whenever I'm sent to UNO, government been sending me to UNO to talk, to participate in the crime conferences and all that. When I go there, I tell them that we are 10 million people. Lunch time mein, tea time mein, काफी ministers और उनके ambassadors, they come up to me to shake hand with me. और कहते हैं हमारी तो जो देश की संख्या ही 7 मिलियन है, किसी की 3 मिलियन है, और आपके सिक्योरिटी गार्ड 10 मिलियन है. And the growth rate is 22%. We are growing at the rate of 22%. And our shortfall is 30%. Now, with that growth rate, with that shortfall, that's why you will find सिक्योरिटी गार्ड वर्किंग फॉर 16 आवर्स 12 आवर्स एंड ऑल दैट, लोग नहीं है। और लोग इसलिए भी ज्यादा नहीं आ रहे हैं क्योंकि हमारे इस सेक्टर में यू हैव पीपल फ्रॉम द रूरल एरियाज, गरीब किसान मजदूर के बच्चे इसमें आते हैं, फौजी लोग उनको ट्रेन करते हैं, उसको स्टैंडर्डाइज करते हैं। और पसारा आने के बाद तो बहुत चेंजेस आई है। अभी वो चेंजेस जो पसारा एक्ट वाज ब्रॉट, आई वाज वन ऑफ द आर्किटेक्ट ऑफ पसारा एक्ट आल्सो, because at that time Shivraj Patil ji was the home minister, being very close friend. So we said, oh, this sector is growing, this required to be regulated, नहीं तो ये कहीं से कहीं चला जाएगा, लोग प्राइवेट आर्म भी बना लेंगे, कुछ कर लेंगे। That's why the act was brought. Now it is being governed very well. अब काफी कुछ अच्छा हो गया है। पुलिस भी जो लाइसेंसिंग शुरू किया है, महेश जी ने बताया कि लाइसेंसिंग कितनी अच्छी हो रही है, पुलिस वेरिफिकेशन भी होने लगा है, ये सारी चीजें धीरे धीरे बढ़ती जा रही है। तो सर जो अभी जो आने वाला एवोल्यूशनरी रोल मैं बता रहा हूं, आई वाज जस्ट टॉकिंग टू जॉइंट सीपी साहब कि दैट इन वन ऑफ माय मीटिंग्स इन द यूनाइटेड नेशन आई थ्रू द आइडिया ऑफ पैरा पुलिस। हमने कहा जब पैरा पुलिस, पैरा मिलिट्री है, पैरामेडिक्स है, पैरा दूसरे लोग हैं, why not to have para police also? Because the present police has become terror centric. टेरर सबसे बड़ा मामला बन गया, सारी पुलिस उसी में लग गई है भी टेररिस्ट को कैसे रोका जाए। द कम्युनिटी सेफ्टी हैज टेकन ए बैक फुट। तो फॉर द सिक्योरिटी ऑफ द कम्युनिटीज यू मस्ट ट्रेन पीपल अप टू द लेवल ऑफ ए पुलिस पर्सन। हाउ यू डू इट, दैट इज अ मैकेनिज्म। वो किया जा सकता है, यूनाइटेड नेशन इसमें काम करना शुरू कर दिया है कि कैसे हम प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी गार्ड्स को उस लेवल पे ले जाएं कि दैट दे कॉल पैरा पुलिस, और पुलिस का काम आसान हो जाए, हम कम्युनिटी सेफ्टी की बात करने लगे, लोगों को बचाने की और ढंग से करें एज ए प्रोफेशनल, एंड थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग वेरी वेल। लेट मी टेल यू, द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया हैज आल्सो गिवन रिस्पांसिबिलिटी टू द BIS, द ब्यूरो ऑफ इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड्स। The Bureau of Indian Standard is now in the final stage of creating international standard for private security delivery system. कि जो अब स्टैंडर्ड बन चुके हैं ऑलमोस्ट, आई एम द चेयरमैन ऑफ दैट कमेटी, लेकिन उसमें सब स्टेक होल्डर को लिया गया कि आप कैसे, कौन से, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड्स आर रिक्वायर्ड। सो वंस दो स्टैंडर्ड्स आर सेट, यू विल फाइंड ए ह्यूज सी चेंज इन द डिलीवरी सिस्टम ऑफ सिक्योरिटी गार्ड। द डिलीवरी इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, कि आप अपना काम कैसे करते हो, आपका काम करने का ढंग कैसा है, कैसे आपका क्लाइंट ठीक है। शर्मा जी ने, कैप्टन साहब ने कहा था, संजय ने, कि और बाकी लोग भी बोलते हैं कि आपकी जो गुणवत्ता है, जो आपकी स्टैंडर्ड्स है, दैट हैज टू बी डिफाइंड। सो वंस द स्टैंडर्ड्स आर डिफाइंड, देन वी आल्सो इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ स्टैंडर्डाइजिंग द प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज। इट इज कॉल्ड द स्टार रेटिंग, कि अगर आपने अपनी, जैसे 5 स्टार होटल है, 2 स्टार होटल है, 3 स्टार होटल है, सिमिलरली वी आर गोइंग टू स्टैंडर्डाइज स्टार रेटिंग ऑफ द प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी एजेंसी। जो अच्छी होंगी उनको 5 स्टार मिलेगा, उससे कम वाली 4 स्टार, 3 स्टार, और आपको यू विल गेट रेट एट पर योर स्टार रेटिंग। तो एक नया एवोल्यूशन जो है उसी का एक हिस्सा है जिसके अंदर ये सब चीजें आ रही है। और सर सीएम साहब कि दूसरा रोल जो अभी आई टेक द फ्यू मिनट्स विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, जनरल साहब ने भी बात की, बाकी लोग भी बात कर रहे हैं, कि वेयर इज द इन्वॉल्वमेंट ऑफ द पब्लिक इनटू इट। अब सिर्फ पुलिस का काम ही नहीं है, सिक्योरिटी इज एवरीबॉडी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, और ये पब्लिक को बताने की जरूरत है कि ये देश तुम्हारा है, ये शहर तुम्हारा है, ये जगह तुम्हारी है, ये ऑफिस भी तुम्हारा है। The sense of ownership has to be taken. जब सोचोगे कि ये बिल्डिंग भी मेरी, जहां मैं काम कर रहा हूं, तो इसकी सिक्योरिटी का बंदोबस्त भी मुझे पता होना चाहिए। हाउ कैन आई प्रोटेक्ट दिस प्लेस? द सेंस ऑफ ओनरशिप, द गवर्नमेंट हैज ऑलरेडी स्टार्टेड, वी हैव स्टार्टेड सर नेशनल सिटीजन सिक्योरिटी कल्चर। पूरे देश में नेशनल सिटीजन सिक्योरिटी कल्चर, इसकी 2 राउंड टेबल कॉन्फ्रेंस हो चुकी है। पहली राउंड टेबल दिल्ली में हुई थी, जिसमें फौज के कोई 12 मेजर लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल्स थे, IPS ऑफिसर सर्विंग थे, रिटायर्ड थे, इंडस्ट्री के लोग थे, जजेस थे, कि जो आइडिया हमने नागरिक सुरक्षा का दिया है, इज इट ए गुड? हम कैसे पूरे देश में लोगों को इसके साथ इन्वॉल्व करें, उनको कैसे बताएं कि ये तुम्हारा भी काम है। तो उन्होंने सबने कहा कि अच्छा बात है। एक और सेकंड राउंड टेबल हुआ जिसमें सिक्योरिटी प्रोफेशनल्स को बुलाया गया। उन्होंने भी कहा कि हम इसमें साथ देना चाहते हैं, क्योंकि आपके देश में यू आर फेसिंग ए ह्यूज डिफरेंट कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स। अभी जो आप देख रहे हो ये सिक्योरिटी इशू नहीं रहने वाले। आपके पास सोशो पॉलिटिकल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है, सोशो इकोनॉमिक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है, आपके रिलीजियस कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है, कितने की कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बता दूं जो आप देश में दिखाई दे रहे हैं। अगर उसको हर नागरिक ने अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं समझा तो बहुत से गलत काम हो सकते हैं। तो उसमें पब्लिक की इन्वॉल्वमेंट, एनसीसी की इन्वॉल्वमेंट, यूथ की इन्वॉल्वमेंट, आरडब्ल्यूएस की इन्वॉल्वमेंट, उसके लिए हमने एक बहुत बड़ा प्लान बनाया है। द प्लान वाज सबमिटेड टू द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एट द होम सेक्रेटरी अप्रूव्ड इट, then home secretary deputed a joint secretary and BP and RD got involved. So we are evolving a system of involving every citizen. ये देश आपका है, आपने इसको कैसे बचाना है। ये फौज का काम ही नहीं। साथ वाली कंट्री देख लो क्या होता जी। कुछ लोग इकट्ठे हुए, 20-25 हजार, पुलिस ने काम करना बंद कर दिया। लुक एट द बांग्लादेश, पुलिस ने काम करना बंद कर दिया, फौज ने कुछ नहीं किया। फौज कहती जी हमारा काम तो देश की रक्षा करना है। अरे कब करो देश की रक्षा है? जब आप अपने प्रधानमंत्री को नहीं बचा सकते हो, देश की रक्षा कब करोगे? सर नेपाल में राजा के पास 80,000 फौजी थे, 80,000 आर्मी पीपल, गोरखास 80,000। और जब वहां पे गदर हुआ, एक भी फौजी ने गोली नहीं चलाई। इतने साल से तुम राजा के गार्ड बने हो भाई, राजा को नहीं बचा सकते। तो देश का माहौल, मानसिकता और ढंग की बनती जा रही है। तो उसमें जो सिटीजन्स है इनको समझाना पड़ेगा कि ऐसे मॉब का हिस्सा ना बने। देश में मुसीबतें आ सकती हैं, चैलेंजेस आ सकते हैं, डिस्पैरिटीज हैं, सब लोग सुखी नहीं हैं। लेकिन ये नहीं कि आप देश में तबाही मचा दोगे, देश का प्रशासन बदल दोगे, ड्यूली इलेक्टेड गवर्नमेंट को कहोगे कि हम आपको पसंद नहीं है तो अगली बार वोट में रिमूव देम। वोटिंग तो यहां रोज होती है। एक ऐसा देश है देश इंडिया जहां वर्चुअल रोज वोटिंग होती है, पंचायत, उससे आगे कमेटियों की, एमएलए की, एमपी की, हर वक्त यहां इलेक्शन चलता है। यू हैव लॉट्स ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी टू सेलेक्ट योर पीपल। नो दैट इज व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड सर। नो दिस मूवमेंट जो हमने शुरू किया है, ये इसमें देश में एक नई सुरक्षा व्यवस्था, एक सुरक्षा जो कल्चर जिसको बोलते हैं, संस्कृति, तो उसमें मैं चाहूंगा कि आपकी जो तेलंगाना की सरकार है, तेलंगाना की रक्षा के लिए, तेलंगाना के लोगों को रक्षा करने के लिए हम आपके साथ मिलकर, बाकी स्टेट मान गई हैं। वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस विद कपल ऑफ डीजीपी, दिल्ली के डीजीपी, आप कमिश्नर ने कहा कि हम आपके साथ हैं। पूरी पुलिस के साथ ही मिलकर करना पड़ेगा। जो पुलिस के साथ तो हमारा आपस में सिस्टम बनेगा, उसके ऊपर बताया हमने। छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल दिया था दिल्ली के सीपी साहब को। मैंने कहा जी जो हमारे सिक्योरिटी गार्ड हैं, दिल्ली में 70,000 सिक्योरिटी गार्ड हैं और 70,000 तो पुलिस वाले हैं और 5 लाख प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी गार्ड। ऐसे उनको इन्वॉल्व करो। अब बता कैसे करोगे जी? मैं क्या आपको एक सिंपल एग्जांपल देता कि जब सिक्योरिटी गार्ड ट्रेवल इन बसेस, जो बस में चढ़ता है ड्यूटी जाने के लिए, वो जब बस में चढ़ेगा और जोर से आवाज देगा कि मेरा नाम सिक्योरिटी गार्ड विक्रम सिंह है, मैं इसमें ट्रेवल कर रहा हूं, अगर किसी को प्रॉब्लम पड़ती है तो मैं जहां पे हूं आपकी रक्षा के लिए। इतना कहने से मंत्री जी लोगों में गए हुए कोई आदमी हमें देख रहा है, कोई छेड़ेगा नहीं, कोई जेब नहीं काटेगा। ये सारी चीजें एक माहौल पैदा करने के लिए, यू क्रिएट, देयर आर मेनी वेज टू डू इट, सो दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड। और वो हमने कर दिखाया है। फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन सर, ड्यूरिंग द कोविड टाइम, जब कोविड हुआ था तो बुरा हाल हो गया था। आपको पता, जो पहली लिस्ट निकाली गई थी एसेंशियल सर्विसेज की, उसमें प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी का नाम नहीं था। इमीडिएटली इन द इवनिंग Kishan Reddy ji was the MO's home. He's a great good friend of mine also. उनको मिला, होम सेक्रेटरी को मिले रातों रात. नेक्स्ट डे मैंने उनको कहा कि अगर ये प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी गार्ड भी एसेंशियल सर्विस में नहीं आए तो सब एजेंसियां बंद हो जाएगी, गार्ड करोगे भाग जाएंगे, तो आपके बाकी जितने भी प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं, हॉस्पिटल हैं, फैक्ट्रियां हैं, स्टैंड अलोन फैक्ट्रीज हैं, इनकी रक्षा कौन करेगा? पुलिस तो को उसको लॉकडाउन को इंपोज करने की लगी हुई थी. He agreed, and next day the private security agency was declared as essential service. उससे ये हो गया कि पूरे देश में हमारे लोगों ने काम किया. And as per the statement of the Prime Minister and Home Minister, उन्होंने कहा कि प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी गार्ड ने इतना अच्छा काम किया है कि एक इंसिडेंट भी चोरी का नहीं हुआ, एक इंसिडेंट भी. तो we were there. उनको खाना पचाना, SOP हमने 5 दिन में बना ली थी, हाउ टू हैंडल कोविड. तो ये सारी चीजें करने की हमारी क्षमता है. हमारे पास लोग बड़े बड़े अच्छे हैं. अब तो इतने लोग जो कॉर्पोरेट सिक्योरिटी में भी, हम तो पहले कॉर्पोरेट सिक्योरिटी में हम ही लोग चला रहे थे, लेकिन नाउ वी हैव सो मेनी एक्स आर्मी ऑफिसर हु इज वर्किंग एज ए चीफ सिक्योरिटी ऑफिसर्स और रिस्क मैनेजमेंट ऑफिसर्स. वी हैव थाउजेंड्स ऑफ देम. तो इन सबको इकट्ठा करके एक नए समाज की करें, जो सुरक्षित समाज हो, जो सुरक्षित भारत की एक हमारी सोच है. That is what is required, and we are ready to cooperate with the state government, state authority, police, and public also. We can launch this thing along with the security council जो बनी है, इन्होंने बताया मुझे. तो ये हम सब करने को तैयार हैं. मैं इतना ही कहूँगा. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और फिर सबका धन्यवाद जिन्होंने मुझे बुलाया. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shri Kumar Vikram Singh ji, for your thought-provoking address. We now have the chairman's address by our Commissioner of Police, Hyderabad City, Shri K. Srinivasa Reddy Garu, IPS. So,
Honorable Deputy CM, Telangana State, Sri Mallu Batti Vikramarka Garu, who is also Honorable Minister for Finance and Energy, who is the chief guest of today's function. Sir, most welcome to our function, and thank you very much for gracing this occasion, sir. My dear colleague, the representative of the DGP office, chief office we call it as, and additional DG Law and Order Telangana State, Mahesh Bhagat Garu, who was also a panelist for the discussion in the first topic which you heard. My Secretary of Hyderabad City Security Council, Sri C. Shekhar Reddy Garu, Joint Secretaries, Sri Rajshekhar Reddy Garu, Bhaskar Reddy Garu, Colonel K.S. Rao Garu. Most importantly, the keynote address guest, Sri Major General Harsh Chibbar Garu, who is the head of the CMD Secunderabad, College of College of Defense Management, the president of the, it's called as CAPSI, right? CAPSI, who just spoke before me, president of the All India, I think, Security Agencies Association. It's called as CAPSI. I don't know its full form. We'll think about it later. Sri Kunwar Vikram Singh Garu, who is the founder chairman of this CAPSI. My dear colleague and the additional Commissioner of Police, Law and Order, Hyderabad, Sri Vikram Singh Man Garu, the founder, Secretary of HCSC and present advisor HCSC, Sri Bharani Kumar Arol Garu, all the delegates who have come here for this one-day national summit on the private security, all the media friends, and all other invitees. Sir, we are all eager to listen to you, so I would not take much time. But I'll just say a few words about this private security, sir. I mean, the need for private security
to supplement the formal security agencies of police, defense, and all, need not be overemphasized. It has now already come to stay because of the growing industrialization, particularly the IT industry, sir, and the growing urbanization, which has brought in the consumerism that has propelled the entertainment industry, tourism industry, the banking sector. And these are the areas where these are the gaps that the formal security agencies like police or the defense or the army or any other formal agencies cannot fill, because we have core duties to do. For example, police has its core duty as the investigation, detection of crime, investigation, and other issues. The army has its core duty of defending this nation, protecting this nation from the external enemies, while the police and other CAPFs have the task of maintaining internal security. So it's only imperative that this particular field emerges in such a way that it fills the gap. So much so that today you will find the presence of the private security guards, private security personnel everywhere. You will find them more than you see the police, the regular police. You go to a mall, you got people with those handheld sets with the metal frame door, metal door frame detectors, DFMDs, door frame metal detectors, and the HHMDs, that is handheld metal detectors. You go to the villas, so you'll have the gate, the private security guards protecting and doing access control, verifying who is coming and who is going. Of course, you go to the industries like IT giants to the miners and the banking industry and all. So it is now everywhere, and doing a great job, in filling the gaps that cannot be filled by as I told you already, the formal security agencies. So this supplements the police. This supplements the defense, the army, and it has enhanced the private security in our society. As the speaker, the moderator for the first panel discussion was saying, what is life without security? You live a life if there is no feeling of sense of security. So that's no life. So this gap has come to be filled in by the private security agencies, and it's an accepted fact, and it is still evolving. How it is evolving? The founder president of CAPSI, Sri Kunwar Vikram Singh, was saying that it is now an industry of 1 crore employees, private security guards. 10 million, 1 crore. It's a big thing. In Telangana alone, we have now, it's a small state, and it's just, a young state. We already have 4 lakh security guards in the state. Sir, somebody was saying, which has to be verified, sir. I think Bangalore leads out of this 1 crore. Bangalore is the city that leads in the number of security guards. I think they have over 1 million in that city alone. No, it takes, because Bangalore has been the front runner, or the leader of IT revolution in our country. It's called as the Silicon Valley of India. So there they say it is more than 1 million in that city alone. And then you can think of the future. Very soon, with the industry growing, with the urbanization, rapid urbanization all across, I think the role of private security is only going to increase. But what are the challenges? So as it evolves, in fact, sir, in 2005, we now in India, we have what is called as the Private Security Agencies Regulation Act, in which the rules for registration of the agencies that recruit these guards, and the conditions of training, the conditions of work, the salaries and emoluments have been discussed. And after that, 2005, now almost it is 20 years, 2 decades, I think it is more or less a very well established. It used to be a kind of unorganized sector earlier. Now it is a totally organized and well established security apparatus of our country, as the speakers were saying. As my colleague Mahesh was saying in his panel discussion, that from cycle security to cyber security. So society has has come a long way. So in one of the the meetings of PM's meeting with DGs and the DGPs of the states. So the honorable PM was saying that when he was a child, he used to see a policeman checking for a cycle that did not have a dynamo in the night. So from there, where did we evolve now? Now we have, I mean, the drones supervising us, drones, doing surveillance. Now we have such technological gadgets, and including the AI. I mean, because the paucity of time and because we have to give more time to the honorable chief guest, sir. So I'm not going into the details. And in the next coming 3 panel discussions, I think all these things will be discussed at length. So, but what are the challenges? These are the things. So yes, the industry is growing. It is supplementing to the efforts of police. It is very well accepted now security structure of security apparatus of our country. Fine, but there are challenges which we should, and which I think this summit should address. One is training. The training is still woefully inadequate. You have to, I mean, I don't blame the industry because training is a very costly thing. It has to be a sustained effort. And if you think of having a couple of acres to set up your training center in urban areas, yes, it's going to cost a bomb. But take the example, I'll give the example of GMR. GMR, which manages our airport here, apart from other airports in the country. They've got one beautiful, which is almost matching with the best police training centers. They've got a beautiful training center in rural area, Pengonda. Sir may be aware, Dr. C.R. Naidu, sir, who is here for the next panel discussion, a very well-known name in the police circles and also in the community, because sir has been a great a builder of police and community. He has been a bridge as long as he was in service, even after his retirement. So they've got, it is at a distance. You don't have to think about training your people in the city. If you are deployed majorly in Hyderabad city, you don't have to think about taking land in the city or around the city. Go a little far. But training is very important. Without training, all this force can be a very let loose force. Training not only in, you don't carry weapons, I know, except, those retainers and all in those gun licenses for banks and all. You don't carry, but that doesn't mean that you don't require that much of training. In fact, in today's world, it is not the firearms that speak more. It is your behavior. It is your courtesies. It is your other, observation skills that matter more. So you got to train them. You have got to train them in how to be, in smart turnout, so that they earn respect for themselves and also for the industry. Then emoluments issues. It is always a complaint. In fact, the curtain raiser for this summit, sir, we had 2 days back with all press, sir. So the press was immediate to ask. There are a lot of complaints from private guards that they're not adequately paid, despite the existence of this Pasara Act and the regulations that are contained therein. So there may be some agencies that are only concerned about doing business and trying to recruit people at cheap labor. And particularly, I must admit, we must all admit here that it draws people, certainly, though it is a very big employer. So one of the importance of this is, as it already discussed, 1 crore security guards. So it is giving employment to that many people, apart from the other, overhead personnel and all who supervise them, who train them and all. But it still remains as one of the lowly paid sectors. So you draw people from really the downtrodden, and also people from far northeast. So their security, their welfare is of paramount importance if we have to take forward this to the next level. So it can't be ignored. So there are complaints. Of course, it's more or less being addressed. It's not that it is too much in prevalent now with the act and with so much of social media presence and all. But still, I think there are some complaints which we need to address. The registration issues, just now I was discussing with our friend Bhaskar Reddy Garu, who is president of APSA. So we have 1,500, and sir, our chief guest sir also was evincing interest as to how many of the security agencies in our state are registered. So we have about 1,500 in Telangana, but only 500 of them are registered. Because there are some bureaucratic delays in this that will also be addressed and brought to the notice of the government. during the deliberations in the coming sessions. So that's it. I think, sir, this industry has come to stay, and it is only going to evolve further, grow further, and become an important element of our internal security apparatus, sir. And we are very thankful that person at your level has come to give a fillip to this effort. The Hyderabad City Security Council activities, I don't have to state again because our secretary has already joined, but I'll just tell one thing about our today's chief guest, Honorable Deputy CM sir's enthusiasm about, the society and, making society aware. So when we broached this issue of a community radio for Hyderabad City and Tri-Commission rates, and so that we educate people on various issues, cybercrime, women safety, traffic safety, and various other things. He was the first one to agree and then to clear that proposal, and the proposal is now with him, which he is going to clear, and we are going to get very soon. I think the city is going to get the community radio, by which the entertainment will be there like any other FM radio, but the remaining way, the time that they use for commercials and all, will be using to educate people, and will also be addressing issues that concern the society. So now, so without taking much time, as we are all waiting for the Honorable Chief Guest speech, I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity, and all the best.
Thank you, Sri K. Srinivasa Reddy Garu, for your inspiring words. The unwavering support from our esteemed sponsors has made this event a resounding success. We take great pleasure in expressing our heartfelt gratitude to our generous sponsors whose contributions have enabled us to bring together the think tank of our industry onto this platform. I request our chief guest, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Sri Batti Vikramarka Garu, to kindly felicitate our guest of honor and event sponsors. I call upon our special guest, Major General and Dr. Harsh Chibbar, Vishisht Seva Medal, to kindly accept a memento from our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister. I now call upon our guest of honor, Sri Kumar Vikram Singh Ji, to please accept a memento from our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister. I now call upon our platinum sponsor, Sri V. Amarnath Garu, Managing Director of Agile Security Force Private Limited, along with his daughter, Ms. V. Himasri, the third generation business entrepreneur, to kindly come up and accept a memento. I call upon our gold sponsor, Mr. Srikant Garu from Capstan Services Limited. Yes. I also call upon our next gold sponsor, Mr. Rajashekar Reddy Garu from Sri Kartikeya Security Services. Sri Subramaniam Garu of Hawk Security, who has been the founding team member of Association of Private Security Agencies in the year 1981 and has been holding various leadership roles of the private security industry for the past 43 years. It is our proud privilege to honor him for his lifetime contribution to private security industry.
In the same flow, we'll finish up all the panel speakers. Yeah, I request all the panel speakers or panel discussion one to please come up and receive a memento.
In the same breath, I request our panelists from panel discussion 1 to kindly come up on the dais for the felicitation. Mr. G.B. Singh Garu, the moderator of the panel discussion. Mr. Sanjay Sharma Garu. I beg your pardon, Captain Sanjay Sharma Garu. Shri Mahesh Bhagwat Garu. Shri Suraj Sukhpal Garu. Shri Vishwanath Katti Garu. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our privilege to request our esteemed chief guest, our, our Honorary Deputy Chief Minister, Sri Bhatti Vikramarka Garu, to kindly release the Physical Security Summit Souvenir for the year 2024. The souvenir chronicles the journey and achievements of our organization and serves as a reminder of the collective efforts that have brought us together to this milestone. Thank you, sir. I now humbly request our chief guest, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Sri Bhatti Vikramarka Garu, to kindly address the National Physical Security Summit.
శ్రీ కె శ్రీనివాస్ రెడ్డి గారు, హైదరాబాద్ సిటీ పోలీస్ కమిషనర్, and also chairman of HCSC, and Sri Shekhar Reddy garu, Secretary General HCSC, Sri Major General Harsh Chibarji, Visishta Seva Medal CDM Secunderabad, and keynote addresser Sri Mahesh Bhagwatji, Additional DGP Law and Orders, Sri Vikram Singh Maan, Additional CP City Police, Sri Kunwar Singh, Founder Chairman CAPC, Lieutenant Colonel K.S. Raoji, Joint Secretary SCSC, and Sri Bharani Kumar, Advisor HCSC, and Sri Bhaskar Reddy Garu, Chairman Executive Security Version, and other distinguished guests and friends. It is so important summit which HCSC and police together organized here in Hyderabad, which is very growing industry and required industry also. It gives me a great pleasure to be present among us, you all, for the National Physical Security Summit organized by the Hyderabad City Security Council in partnership with the private security industry. And I'm also very happy that this summit is being conducted at a location which is the pride of our Telangana with technology and its best in the country. And I'm also happy to see a great participation from police, defense, and social work, businessmen, professionals, and government bodies synergizing towards a safer world. And I compliment and thank all the distinguished speakers who had spared their valuable time to be here with all of us. A society can be truly safe only when all its citizens take on the onus of responsibility to be always conscious of their surroundings and be vigilant towards aspects related to our safety and security. The summit will be a great start towards enhancing the citizens' consciousness towards safety and security. The current growth of our Hyderabad city and the increasing urbanization of our Telangana state necessitates the need for evolving a foolproof physical security measures across the state, and the key role of technology toward the same needs. No, I need not to mention no additional emphasis. Today, the physical security role is largely undertaken by a very huge force of our private security industry. Where our Srinivas Reddy ji, while speaking, he just mentioned that nearing about 4 lakh the security forces, private security forces, are working in the security agencies in the state of Telangana, which is a very large number. Our, our, our government employee strength itself, permanent government employee strength is nearly about 3 to 3.5 lakh. And this 4 lakh, the security forces, which have been working in the private agencies, definitely it is very remarkable. And he's saying that nearing about 1,000 to 1,500 agencies are working here in the state, whereby nearing about 400 to 500 people have taken the licenses. The remaining 1,000 agencies are yet to take the license. They are all in the process of taking the licenses. In a regulated method, the agencies which have been serving by providing security guards and security personnel to various organizations and institutions which are very, very respectable and commendable also in the city of Hyderabad. Today, the physical security role is largely undertaken by a very huge force. Uh, the private security industry is a fast growing sector and will be instrumental in providing job security to our unemployed youth. Full time or part time employment of our youth through the government skilling and placement by the private security industry, and such opportunity may be reviewed and the opportunities be explored during this summit. The concerned government officials present here should take it forward with an action plan towards achieving the multiple aims of employment as well as enhancing the safety in the society. All the key issues that are highlighted through this summit will be deliberated by our government with a plan for implementing the recommended actions also. The government of Telangana will also look into the long pending revision of wage scales of the security personnel, which are believed to be far lower than the minimum wages, which are highly concerned for the state of Telangana. Being paid in the neighboring states such as Tamil Nadu and Karnataka are slightly higher. We'd like to take all actions towards rectifying these to be at par with the best minimum wages across the country. A few issues that had come to the government notice regarding the effective implementation of the Private Security Agencies Act in our state will be addressed with, with special focus in the due course. I compliment the Hyderabad City Security Council and the private security industry for partnering towards the conduct of such a professional event, and I urge one and all to carry forward these learnings towards a safe and secure Telangana and a safe India. My friends, I really congratulate and appreciate my city police commissioner and other police personnel, and also the private partners uh, conducting this, bringing a kind of a PPA model kind of an agency, particularly Hyderabad City Security Council, uh, which is really very, very valid and valuable for the safety of the city. And not only the formal policing, informal policing also by bringing the citizens, making them the partners of the security of the citizens and society. It is really appreciable. And I appreciate our private partners who are taking the part in this city security. And I also appreciate the city police and the state police also by encouraging the private agencies and private people to take part in the safety and the security of the personal, families, individual, and society also. See, Hyderabad city is a very growing city. We are growing very fast, particularly software industry, pharma industry, and other core industries also. And Telangana state is more or less a city state with a plan of we going with a regional ring road and building of a fourth city also with the vision of the Chief Minister Sri Revanth Reddy garu. We are planning to build a fourth city and coming out of the regional ring road and all other infrastructure activity. So that shows our commitment towards the expansion of the city and providing the so many infrastructure facilities also. For the first time in the history of the state of Hyderabad, that the state has allotted nearing about 10,000 crores for the development of the city of Hyderabad, which definitely takes the Hyderabad to the heights in future. So with the growing activity of the um, so many communities, particularly gated communities, and individual housings and other nuclear families, the security has become more and more, and even cyber security, other activities also, the city is geared up to protect all the citizens of the Hyderabad. Of late, city, in the city, particularly Anti-Narcotics Bureau and other cyber security, the state government is giving the top priority by providing all kinds of facilities. Wherever it is required budget allotment, the state is coming forward to give them full budget as per their requirement and necessity. That shows our commitments, government's commitment towards the safety of individuals of the city and the state. So we request the private agencies also, by taking the licenses properly with a regulatory methodology, by recruiting the rural youth into your agencies and providing them the proper salaries also. Many of the government departments, what we have been seeing and watching as finance minister also, though we are paying so much of money for the security agencies, some of the agencies are not giving them the full amount which is earmarked for for them. So I request the agencies, see to that that money, whatever the money that it is really earmarked from the government, apart from your cut and other things, see to that that goes to them individually, because they are all lower and middle class families. So I request all the agencies and also the police department to have a close monitoring on each other and see to that it becomes a very, very successful HCSC. It should become a role model for the country and to the world also, because the whole world is going towards now private agencies only for this security first. With this, I thank you once again, and I appreciate the HCSC once again, and I conclude. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your visionary thoughts and inspiring words. I request our Commissioner of Police to present a memento to our Honorable Chief Guest. I also request our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister to kindly accept a token of remembrance of this Physical Security Summit 2024, and I call upon Dr. V.R.K. Rao Garu, Founder Chairman, Agile Security Force Private Limited, who are our platinum sponsors for today, and Sri Bhaskar Reddy Garu, Chairman, APSA. Thank you, sir. I now invite Lieutenant Colonel K. Srinivasa Rao, Joint Secretary, Hyderabad City Security Council, to present the vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to all of you. Firstly, we are indebted and we are very thankful to our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Shri Mallu Batti Vikramarka Garu, for having spared us his valuable time by being with our industry, which has happened for the first time in the state of Telangana and in the city of Hyderabad. With the inspiration and motivation through our chief guest, we are confident that we will set a new trend of standards, professionalism to our private security industry. I'm also very grateful to the Commissioner of Police, Hyderabad City, Shri K. Srinivasa Reddy Garu, for having visioned such a great event at the very ICCC building, which is an iconic building, one of its unique kind in the whole country. And I thank all the members, governing body and EC members of HCSC who have supported us towards making this happen. I also support the entire professionals from the private security industry for having worked towards this seminar and for having been present here as delegates, oblique as speakers. I extend my great thanks to all the speakers, Major General Chibasa for having been here, and all the eminent speakers, General K.R. Rao sir, Venkat Changavalli Garu, whom we would be witnessing in the post-lunch session, and all the panel speakers. A very great thanks to all of you. And last but not the least, the media who have been supported and have showcased our industry in such a manner that it is inspiring the citizens towards taking up or synergizing towards being conscious of safe and secure in our society. And I really thank the Secretariat of HCSC for having extended their complete support and making this a reality. With this, once again, thank you. We meet in the post-lunch session. I will request the distinguished guests to join us for lunch session at the VIP gallery. And I'll request also dignitaries from all the speakers and dignitaries to join at the VIP gallery. And I request all the... Okay. I request all the delegates also to join for lunch, and we reassemble after 1 hour of breaking off for the lunch, for the afternoon session of very interesting and insightful discussions that are pending. Prior to just breaking off, we have two young girls who have been very inspiring and have given the opening song as a pradhana, and they will be blessed, and we request that Honorable Deputy Chief Minister to bless them with a small token of memento remembrance from the summit. May I request HCSC members first, followed by APSA EC members to come for a group photo with the Honorable Chief Guest. Thank you, one and all. We meet again, reassemble at 2:30 for the balance session.